Evening people, evening, welcome back to the channel. We are back live tonight with the P1 boys and the Super GT series. So round 4 this week, live from Daytona Road Circuit. We've got a 5-minute qualifying not started yet. We jump straight into a 15-minute sprint race, and then we have a 30-minute endurance race after that. They do have to use both softs and mediums in the sprint, in the endurance, so keep your eye on that, make sure they do that. Have I got to do a reverse grid tonight? Have I got to do the numbers thing tonight? Is that tonight or is that Thursdays? Someone in the chat. But yeah, round 4 tonight from Daytona. Let's have a look at scores before we jump in the lobby. So leading the way still is Obi-Wan with 100 points. Mocking Weeks is right at his heels though with 96 points. Dylan third with 85 points. We've got Ice Chand in 4th with 80 points. Manny in 5th with 72 points. Pilgrim in 6th with 56 points. We have DMK Dazzler in 7th with 53 points. In 8th we've got Tire Slayer with 39 points. Campo in 9th with 37 points. Skippy in 10th with 26 points. Wrecking Ball in 11th with 18 points. Joint 11th, in fact, with Apache. Also on 18 points. Nick Vick in 13th with 16 points. Got Mulsan 01 with 12 points in 14th. And bringing up the rear is Ban Daly with 15 points. We've got Captain Pugwash with 12 points and Fudder with 5. So Ban Daly and Mulsan are quite new drivers to the league. Are they both in tonight? I can actually only see one of them at the minute. But yeah, that's what we've got coming up tonight, people. Daytona round 4 coming up. Let's get ourselves in then. So t-shirts and stickers still available. Hit me up, darksmoker@googlemail.com if you want any of those. Mostly stickers, all right? Mostly stickers. Lots of stickers. Evening, people. Let's just have a little Easter Sunday and all that sort of stuff. Praise baby Jesus and God and all those things. Yep, that's what we're doing. Right, Easter Sunday done. Praise given. So round 4, let's have a look. What have I done with my PlayStation pad? I put it far too far away. Quickly have a look, see who's in the room. So we've got Dylan, Obi, Nick Vick, Tire Slayer, Ice Chand, Mocking Weeks, Dazzler, Captain Pugwash, Campo, Mulsan, Ricky J and Pilgrim. And if you're a regular to watching this, you may notice that 1 or 2 cars have changed. So I think Nick Vick. What were you in, Nick Vick? Were you in the NSX? Yeah, a couple of the GT500 or Super GTs have become available in the second-hand store. Or Ricky J as well has swapped to the GTR. A few drivers opt in for car swap. It has been allowed because I think when most people went to join the league, a lot of these cars weren't available, so they've allowed a car swap. Now they're available. No penalties for the car swap either. So being told 1 minute until race start. That's not what you're meant to do. What were you meant to do? That. Zoom in. So Obi leading the championship at the minute. The GTR on form for a lot of the races. Hasn't performed at 1 or 2 of the tracks. But it's been there or thereabouts. Ice Chand. Side by side with Captain Pugwash on that bank turn. Penalty of ice though. He drops that there. So not a great deal to this circuit. I don't know whether we'll get a full lap in. So in into turn 1. Hard on the brakes, off the big oval circuit. Almost a hairpin. Oh, okay, looks like we're about to start qualifying anyway. There we go. Alright, we'll do an outlap with Obi-Wan. We're on board with him anyway. If you're listening, just let me know if the sound's coming through okay. It's not too loud. I've not played with anything. To be honest, it's a little bit loud in my ear. Let me change view. So we have just been round turn 1. The pit entrance, pit exit is after turn 1 into turn 2. Great big hairpin. Again, this won't be a fast lap because it's an out lap. They're still pretty bunched together. Through the little kink of turn 3, out towards turn 4, another hairpin. Sticks one up the inside of Ice Chan there. Onto the oval circuit through this left tricky corner. Just want to push you out wide onto this banked circuit then. Big power down here. You'll see everybody looking for slipstream down here, trying to gain that speed all the way down to the kink. So it's not the full oval. Just as we come to this grassy section in front, we peel off to the left, straight to a right, and then back on this oval circuit. Here we go. Again, tricky at speed. Ooh, just a little wobble there from Obi. Back onto the banked corner, then all the way around here and straight back towards the start finish line. Obi already gaining a great big toe off of Nick Vick round here. Look, slightly better exit of the that little chicane bump thing. Right, hot laps starting now then. Hopefully we don't end up with chaos in turn 1 between these two. Whoa, that's exactly what I was talking about. A little bit too close, those two coming into turn 1. Obi just thought he was across, just enough in front of Nick Vick. So yeah, Nick Vick in a Nissan GTR this week. Oh, he's had a little bit of a wobble there though. Sticks a wheel on the grass. Obi-Wan in another GTR being chased by Ice Chan in a Supra. Ulsan also in a Supra. Campo stuck with the Supra. An SX4 Pilgrim. Mocking Weeks is still in the Supra. Captain Pugwash has gone for the full gold Supra. Dazzler Supra. Dylan Supra. Ricky J has opted to swap for the Nissan. Tyre Slayer in the NSX. Just 12 drivers out of the 15 then. Van Daly missing this week, might be on holiday. Great big wing on the back of these things. I have turned the sound on, haven't I? Yes, I have turned the sound on. Good. Make sure that chat's live, shall we? Boom, pow. Right. So, a couple of drivers just in front of Nick Vick. It's not Tyre Slayer, sorry. It's Ice Chan and Obi. So, we're going to see these times start to come in now then. It is only a 5-minute qualifier, so they'll get one more lap after they cross the line. So Ice Chan currently hold. No, sorry, it was Ice Chan currently on that top spot. He's got deep through turn 1 though, but Mocking Weeks has come through to take second. Pilgrim is on the top of the podium at the minute for qualifying. What's his fastest one? 48.4 then. Vic having a wobble in the NSX there. Sorry, not in the NSX, the GTR. Pilgrim looking for a way past Campo, trying to better that lap time. Weeks in that second position then. Dazzler squeezes his way through to third as well. Ice Chand was on top spot, now fourth. Campo fifth currently. Mulsanne in sixth. We've got Dylan in seventh. Expect him to climb the order unless he makes a mistake on this lap. Tyre Slayer in eighth. Captain Pugwash in ninth. We've got Obi-Wan in 10th. That's surprising as well. Ricky J in 11th and Nick Vick in 12th. So Ricky J and Nick Vick both getting used to a new car this week as well. Trying to give each other enough room through there. Tricky. Could compromise both their lap times. Oh, Pilgrim. That's that lap thrown in the bin. So, who's at the front of this field? It was Ice Chan, wasn't he? Where's he gone? Where's he gone? Has got Obi-Wan in front of him. Obi sticks it on pole position then. Oh, Mocking Weeks comes back to take that off him. He just stuck a 148 for him, but Mocking Weeks crosses the line with a 147.8 to take that pole. Still a couple of drivers left to take across the line, so it's currently this man with his car on fire. And that's it. It is Mocking Weeks on top spot then. Obi-Wan in second, Pilgrim third, Dylan in fourth, Dazzler fifth, Ice Chand in sixth, Tyre Slayer seventh, Captain Pugwash in eighth, Campo ninth, Mulsanne in 10th, Ricky J in 11th and Nick Vick in 12th. That is your running order for race one. So 15-minute sprint race coming up. I can imagine everybody's going to be on the soft tyre for that. Qualifying results then. On the top spot of Mocking Weeks, GTR for OB in second, Pilgrim, so good mix at the front then. NSX first, second, third, then Supra GTR NSX, Pilgrim in third, Dylan fourth, Dazzler fifth, Ice Chan sixth, Tyre Slayer seventh, Captain Pugwash in eighth, Campo ninth, Mulsanne in 10th, we've got Ricky J in 11th and Nick Vick in 12th. Oh, Skippy. Skippy's late to the party again. He's been fending off kangaroos or something. Rabid koalas. Just managed to get himself settled in. So even though Skippy's a late joiner, he will join the grid, but he'll start at the back, unfortunately. Doesn't gain any advantage, obviously. Right, wait for everybody to get in and we'll kick race one off. It's going to be very tightly packed coming into turn one, especially through that infield section. There's plenty of room at this circuit, except through that little chicane at the end. But when they're all bunched up at the start of the race, those first few turns and those tricky hairpins, cold tyres, ooh. See there being some incidents and accidents. Hopefully nothing too bad. It is only a 15-minute race, so a trip onto the grass is going to slow you down dramatically, and well, you know, over 15 minutes, can you regain that time back? Probably not. Not seen Skippy in the room. Where is he? Has he managed to get in? No, he's not in yet. He's obviously throwing chats in the chat though. Let me in. Wait. coffee done while it was still warm. So I'm taking this thing out in a couple of weeks. It's been a while. So in 3 weeks' time, I might be like that. We'll see. Because even footballers need heroes, all right? Everyone just being told to check their tyres. I don't know why. I don't think I saw anybody on mediums. I can't imagine anyone qualified on mediums. Captain Pugwash playing silly buggers. Okay, Mocking Wheat's given us the good to go. Race one just about to get underway then. Oh yeah, Skippy's in, 14 drivers. Yeah, there was 13, now 14. There's actually still 13 drivers, I'm the 14th. Might look to change my camera position as well. Having it over here doesn't seem right. You're just looking at the sides of my face while I'm running a stream. Oi, that's not a good view, is it? What kind of view is that, PlayStation? What on earth are you doing to me? Alright, we're going to go from the rear of the pack. False start! No, by Nick Vick. Okay, I'm going to jump forward. Nick Vick, what a shame. Okay, should have a decent view now, but still. Now towards turn one. We'll just stay on this view. Tyre Slayer just cuts off. Turn. A little bit of bumping and a barging. Ooh, Captain Pugwash just about stays on track. Vic though not having a great start, but he's back up to speed now. Okay, so Mocking Weeks holds the lead through turn one. Obi holds that second position. Dylan trying to look up the inside of Obi through there. Oh, Ice Chand coming in hot, almost taken out. Dazzler gets a nudge from Bulson as well. Sort of luckily or unluckily, depending how you want to look at it. You got a little nudge off Pilgrim coming through there. Slowed Pilgrim down, but it just happened to nudge Ice Chand the right way. So the slipstream race is on then for the top three. Board with third place man Dylan as he chases down Obi. Obi goes for a look on Mocking Weeks down towards the chicane, side by side, nowhere for Dylan to go. He's not going to make a move into the chicane. Can't go 3 wide into that. You're lucky to go 2 wide into that. Obi gains the lead then heading into that chicane. Mocking Weeks second, Dylan third. Back onto this big steep banked corner. Slipstream still in full effect around here. Down towards the start line. Mocking Weeks looking to get that position back off of Obi. Switches to the outside of the circuit. With a slightly longer route. Dylan being dragged closer towards them as well. Mocking Weeks, can he get himself in front? Still side by side coming into turn one, the top two. Obi holds it. Mocking Weeks looks to switch back up the inside, but not going to get it done. Bumper to bumper then for the top three. Weeks now having to go defensive. Ice Chand trying to claw his way onto the back of the top three as well. Dylan gets a swap on coming out of that turn, keeps the power down though, still side by side with Mocking Weeks. He just squeezes his way through though. Great bit of racing for the top three. Top four soon once Ice Chand's back on the rear end of those three. Wilson in fifth then. Pilgrim in sixth. Campo seventh. Dazzler in eighth. Just seems somebody spinning around in the background. Dazzler in 8th, Tyre Slayer in 9th, Skippy in 10th. Got Ricky J in 11th, Captain Pugwash in 12th. I think it was Captain Pugwash we saw spinning around. It might have been Nick Vick. I saw a flash of yellow going backwards, but Nick Vick's a long way down at the minute. It could be him. Back to the front then, into the chicane. Obi still leads, the 2 Supras still bumper to bumper really. Nice Chan just in the slipstream. What is he, 0.6 of a second behind those 3. Mocking Weeks all over the back of Dylan. Heading towards the start finish line again. Oh, the sun glaring off that rear windscreen. Look at them swapping, looking, swerving for positions, looking for the line coming into turn 1. Dylan trying to run around the outside of Obi through there. Can't get it done, can't carry the speed. Obi holds on to it. Slows them all down a little bit. Ice Chan gets a little bit closer, almost 3 wide coming into turn 2. Oof, another little bit of a swap on there for Dylan. Gets the power down a little bit too early coming out of the corner. On board with 4th place driver Ice Chand. Right on the back of them now. The battle between 2nd and 3rd is just allowing the door to open up a little bit for Obi. Okay, let's flick through what else is happening. Mulsanne in 5th, reasonably comfortably. He's got Pilgrim and Campo pretty close. Can they use that slipstream to their advantage round here? On board now with Campo in 7th as he chases down Pilgrim, gets really close. Is he going to make the move before the chicane? No, he's just going to help Pilgrim out, close the gap on Mulsanne in front. Costs him a little bit of time in braking. He's still getting a tow through here though. Dazzler in 8th, 4.5 seconds down from Campo. Tyre Slayer about a second behind him. There's another second back to Skippy in 10th. Ricky J in 11th in that GTR. A little bit closer, gaining on Skippy as well. Dayglow Orange. Closing up, not going to be close enough to go for the move into turn 1. Himself into an attacking position for the next few corners though. Captain Pugwash in 12th, 5.8 seconds down from Ricky J. And Nick Vick, unfortunately I think it was him, had a little bit of a spin round, I think it was turn 2, maybe turn 3. He's a long way down at the minute, 8.1 seconds off the field. So race leader Obi not out of the woods yet, still got Dylan within tow range. Dylan's still got Mocking Weeks within tow range, not quite as close as they were on the previous couple of laps. Ice Chand has made a mistake, he falls out of that tow range now, 1.6 seconds behind. He's got to hope they close up a little bit and start battling again amongst themselves. Gaps are far too big now for that to be happening. To the chicane then. Through there cleanly for the Nissan, through there cleanly for the 3 Supras. Closing up a little bit through there. Mocking Weeks gets very much closer to Dylan. Halves that deficit. Dylan also takes a couple of tenths out of Obi's time there as well. They are starting to close up a little bit, heading back down towards turn 1. This should work in Ice Chan's favour, but unfortunately falls a little bit further back now, 2.6 seconds. That gap's opened up massively then. Oh, Obi's got wide in turn 1. We just catch that. Dylan and Mocking Weeks managed to get through. Supra in 1 and 2 then. GTR in 3rd now. Ooh, everybody getting a little bit of a wobble on. Dylan kicking up the dirt through there. Nearly drove himself off track. Nowhere for Mocky Weeks to go. He throws one up the inside though. Gets that job done quite early. Oh, Obi saw the door open. Tried to get that GTR up the inside as well. Dylan closed the door off. A little bit of contact between the two. Didn't compromise either of their races though. Nice chant. Again, with these boys battling in front, has just allowed him to close that gap. He's taken half a second out of them. He'll be quite happy if you carry on battling. Look at this. Dylan all over the back of Mocking Weeks, heading up towards the chicane. Is he going to go for the move? Are they going to work together? No, they back out. Allows Mocking Weeks to hold on to it through here. Gets a good drive out though. It's going to hunt Mocking Weeks around this banked corner. Or are they going to work together? They're working together. Dylan gaining the slipstream off of Mocking Weeks. Just using it as the bump draft, knocking him up the road a little bit more, starting to open up that gap a tiny little bit to Obi. Still getting a toe. Nice Chando slows down again, unfortunately. Now, Weeks goes defensive into turn one. Dylan tries to drive around the outside again, side by side through there still. Dylan's got the advantage coming into turn two here with the inside line in the hairpin. And there's the move. Obi again tries to get one up the inside, sees that door wide open. Just don't think he can get it turned in quick enough while stopping to get that job done. Top three then, still pretty close. Ice Chant again gains that half a second back on the boys in front, but he's still 2 seconds behind them. Pilgrim defending in fifth at the minute. Wilson has lost those positions to Pilgrim and Campo. Campo in sixth, then Mulsanne drops 2 positions to seventh. Tyre Slayer in eighth, Dazzler in ninth, Skippy 10th, Ricky J in 11th. He's closed that gap, but not enough to go for the move on Skippy. Captain Pugwash in 12th, 5.2 seconds down of Ricky J. Nick Vick 11.7 seconds down, unfortunately. Top three then, still pretty close, less than a second between them. Nice chance, falls even further back. He's stuck in the rut at the minute. He can't close the gap to the three in front, but he is keeping the gap ahead of the pile behind. Dylan then into turn one. Oh, a little bit deep through there. Mocking Weeks, look, just carries the speed through. There's Obi-Wan. A little bit late on the brakes then for Dylan. Drops from first to third. Real good battle between these three. Oh, again, Dylan gets the rear end, stepping out on his Supra. Gathers it up though. Heading down towards turn three, right on the tail of Obi-Wan. Going to sling one at the inside of the hairpin. No, he backs out. There's bumper to bumper action. Coming back onto the main oval part of Daytona here then. It's a nice slightly tighter line through there. Dylan real close to Obi then as they hit this bank turn. Now will Dylan go for the move or will he help Obi out? Going to help Obi out. He's going to push him back closer towards Mocking Weeks, get the three of them really battling for this last couple of minutes towards this chicane then. Mocking Weeks just covers that inside line. Obi was closing up on him. Dylan gets a good exit through the chicane. He's able to push Obi-Wan back closer towards Mocking Weeks. They all close up again as they head round the bank to turn towards the start-finish line. Obi's going to go for the move here. Mocking Weeks goes to the inside, carrying a little bit more speed than Mocking. Dylan follows him through as well. into turn one they go. Dillon gets back up the inside of Obi. Great bit of racing. Look at this bumper to bumper action. Oof. Next hairpin, Obi backs off. Oh, Dillon goes a little bit deep through there. Obi could have stuck it next to him. So I don't think this will be final lap, but it will be pretty damn close by the time they cross the line. Right, back onto this banked corner. Dillon leads by half a second over Obi. Have opened that gap up a little bit between themselves again, whether they can get that back down before the end. We'll see. Mockin in third, then Ice Chan still fourth. Mulsanne back into fifth. He's got that position back off of Pilgrim and Campo. But for how much longer? Pilgrim all over the back of him in that NSX. Not going for the move into the chicane. Campo still within striking distance as well. Keep an eye on that fight. Tyre Slayer in 8th. He's got DMK Dazzler right behind him in 9th. Skippy's a little way back in 10th, 4.5 seconds. Gap's opened up behind him as well to Ricky J. That's now 2.4 seconds. Captain Pugwash 4 seconds behind him. Nick Vick struggling here in the NSX, in the GTR, 22.3 seconds down. Lost it quite early on, and again, I think I said early, it was going to be difficult to get that position back or any kind of race back. You've spun off. Look at this final lap here then. Absolute punch up between these three. It is a Supra that is in the lead currently. Gets another good exit out of there. Pulls a little bit of a gap over Obi and Mockin. Through the little kink left, then down to this next hairpin. In third, heading down towards this left-hander back onto the main Daytona circuit. It's going to be an absolute drag race to the finish now. Dillon gets a swap on. Has that slowed him down? Obi's got a great exit. He's pulled a little bit of time on Mockin. Right on the rear end of Dillon. Just the chicane and the final turn to go. Obi all over the back of Dillon coming into the chicane. He's not going to go for the move into this, or is he? No, he isn't. Mockin Weeks has had to brake early as well. He gets a little look up the inside of Obi through there. Looks like it's fallen into Dillon's hands though. I think they're a little bit too far back now to get the position back off of Dillon. It's a big long corner though, isn't it? Long straight as well. They are closing back up on him. Mockin Weeks, what's he going to do? Is he going to go for a slingshot around the outside? No, he's going to go for a slingshot up the inside. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that. 0.098 of a second between third and first. Cracking racing, cracking racing. So Dillon takes the lead and he does get the win. Mockin comes home in second. Obi takes third. Ice Chan coming home in fourth. Mulsanne in fifth. Campo sixth. He managed to get his way past Pilgrim in the end. Pilgrim takes seventh, and I don't get to see the rest. Got kicked out far too early. There they are then. Official results. Dillon taking the win. Mockin second. Obi in third. Ice Chan in fourth. Mulsanne in fifth. Campo sixth. Pilgrim seventh. Tyre Slayer in eighth. Dazzler in 9th, Skippy 10th, Ricky J in 11th, Captain Pugwash in 12th, and Nick Vick in 13th. Okay, 6 minutes of waffling then. 6 minutes. I'm sure it's getting longer. Great bit of racing between the top three. position swapping, left, right and centre. Everybody had a go at the front. Draw the number. I knew it was this week. I knew it was Sunday nights. Draw the number. Random number generator. Alright. Between what? 8 and 13? No. Is it between 8 and 13? Remind me. Or is it 8 and 12? Yes, I'm a human. Stupid thing. Okay. Yeah, right. Between 8 and 13. Okay. I'm just going to put the criteria in here, peeps. Okay, alright, alright, alright. Oh, it says number 2 on there at the minute. That's a bit random, but because that's the number it generates. But that's 8 and 13. Alright, so I'm going to generate a random number. I'll let you see me pressing the button up. Boom. I didn't press it. I pressed something else. Okay. Goddamn camera. That's come up with a 9 there, boys. That's come up with a 9. Alright. Cheeky sods. Right, there you go. Yeah, I couldn't remember if it was the Sundays or the Thursday league we were doing the number generator for, but there you go. Sundays it is. Let me turn all that crap off as well. I don't need any of that, do I? So, 9 people on the grid get flipped around, sent all over the place. So the fastest might not always be at the front. Sorry, Pugwash. It is what it is. It is what it is. Between 12 and 13 doesn't really work, does it, Mr. Bugwash? How can I do a random number generator between those two numbers? It'll either be one of those numbers. I don't think it does halves. Doesn't do percentages. So half an hour sprint race coming up. They have to use mediums and softs. I don't think it's any kind of tyre rule in terms of, you know, the amount of laps they have to do or anything like that. It might be a three lap tyre rule, but it's very, very minimal. So it's half an hour here again at Daytona Road Course. Hopefully the medium tyres don't catch the drivers out. Mr. Pugwash, don't be giving me jib, right, about picking the wrong numbers when you're driving the wrong way up the pit exit. I don't want to hear it. So 1 more minute, then we'll kick off with race 2 here. For the next GT, Gran Turismo, right, PlayStation, you listening? I want better cameras, I want helicopter view, right, chase cam helicopter on every track, or drones, damn it. And my name on one of these barriers, one of these banners somewhere, that'd be awesome. They should be able to do that. They should allow you to change the liveries and the logos at the track. advertise whatever race group you're with or whatever. I think that would look pretty good. Obviously, you know, you can't destroy the Daytona tent thing. But just there, Geico, psh, get rid of that. Dark Smoker, P1 Race Community, something like that. And it automatically just sticks you in. Okay, race 2 coming up then. Oh, we're going for a rolling start for race 2, are we? Okay, so grid order all over the place then. It is DMK Dazzler that's leading us round. No, that's not random. Why are you starting way back there when the line's here? Damn it. Okay, Dazzler leads then. Everyone peeling around looking for positions. Obi getting a great start already into 3rd position. Mulsanne cuts him off though. Dazzler leads us into turn 1. Where are you going, Nick Vick? Ends up at the back again, unfortunately. Okay, to the front. Mulsanne gets himself up the inside of Dazzler, side by side the 2 Supras. Dazzler gets a better drive out though. Through the little kink to the left, down towards this next hairpin. Will Mulsanne go for a move up the inside here? No, backs out. Nice. Chando sees a little bit of a gap there. He managed to squeeze his way past Mulsanne, has he? They're still side by side. Mulsanne will have the advantage coming into this next turn, but Ice Chan goes for a little bit of late braking around the outside, still side by side through there for those 2. Mulsanne just carries the speed through, a little bit of tyres let go a tiny little bit there for Ice Chand. So race order currently, Dazzler leads by 0.6 of a second, Mulsanne is 2nd, Ice Chand in 3rd. He goes looking up the inside just before the chicane. One up the inside of Mulsanne then. Mulsanne 3rd, Dylan 4th, Obi in 5th, Campo 6th, Mocking Weeks 7th, Skippy in 8th, Tyre Slayer 9th, Pilgrim 10th, Nick Vick in 11th. So even with that shocking start, he's managed to get his way up to 11th. Medium tyres on, so that's cost him a little bit. Ricky J also with the medium tyres on. He's, I think, been spinning around somewhere. He's a long way down from Nick Vick already, as is Captain Pugwash. He's on the soft tyres, so they're not working out well for him at the moment. Oh, Dazzler! Oh, Ice Chand and Dazzler both coming into that corner far too quickly. Obi nowhere to go as... it's a little bit of pinballing going on. It's a little bit of pinballing going on. As drivers vie for position. Come on, PlayStation, find me a better camera angle. Find me a better... God damn it. Dazzler in the wars. He's been bumped and barged in a few different places now. He's dropped from the lead of the race down to 7th. Son leads, Dylan 2nd, Campo 3rd, then Obi in 4th, Mock in 5th, on board with Skippy in 6th. In 7th, Ice Chan getting up the inside of him though. He's taking 7th off of him, drops Dazzler down to 8th. Pilgrim in 9th, chasing those 2 down in his NSX. Tyre Slayer in an NSX as well in 10th. Nick Vick in 11th in the GTR. Ricky J in 12th, Captain Pugwash closing up on him. Different tyre straps on between the 2 though. Captain Pugwash on the softs, Ricky J on the mediums. Lead of the race could change here then. Dylan all over the back of Mulsanne, heading around this back straight towards the start finish line. Mulsanne's hugging that inside line. Dylan switches to the outside of the circuit, looking for the switch back up the inside. Does he know? He's looking to run around the outside again. Mulsanne just using all of the circuit, keeping Dylan out wide, but Dylan just keeps the power on, pushes his way through. Still side by side, almost. Dylan does get his way through into the hairpin. Look at him come firing down into this hairpin. Ooh, the wrong way. Campo holding third, Obi fourth, Mockin in fifth, Ice Chand in sixth, Skippy in seventh, Dazzler in eighth, Pilgrim ninth, Tyre Slayer 10th. Three at the back. Swapped positions. Captain Pugwash has managed to get his way past Ricky J. That faster tyre just working well enough. Okay, so a couple of drivers up front have got the mediums on as well. Dylan. Or have I just forgotten? Have I just not noticed that everyone's got the mediums on apart from maybe Pugwash? Dylan on those mediums, Mulsanne on the mediums. Oh, sorry, Mulsanne on the softs, apologies. Dylan doing a great job on the mediums then. One of the faster drivers in P1. Just see Obi-Wan go for the move, takes third off of Campo. He's running to the chicane, Mocking Weeks all over the back of Campo now as well. He's in the bump draft. Ice Chan still well involved in this fight, top six then. Need to close the gap down though on Dylan and Mulsanne. Mockin trying to go for the move on Campo. Where's he gone? There he is, still there. Oh, there's contact! Contact between Mockin Weeks and Campo. They're both slowed down. Campo gives that position back. Weeks ends up with a penalty though, loses a few positions. Oh, Skippy gets a swap on through there, nearly takes out Ice Chand and Pilgrim. Gathers it back up, but he's put a great big dent in the rear of his car, nearly took out Ice Chand. Pilgrim had nowhere to go. Ice Chand looking at the inside of Skippy there. Forceful run through, nowhere for Pilgrim to go either. NSX stuck in a bind there, and two Supras in front of him, nowhere to go. And that's just allowed Mocking Weeks and Tyre Slayer to close that gap back up. Campo has held on to the back end of Tyre Slayer as well. Unfortunate for those two. Dazzler in 10th, Nick Vick 11th, Captain Pugwash in 12th, Ricky J in 13th. High time, still not managed to brush those leaves off yet, Mulsanne. He's got the lead back off of Dylan though. He's in the long banked turn and that little straight towards the chicane. Dylan's keeping himself right in touch here. 0.4 of a second behind him and dropping as they come around this bank turn towards the start and finish line. Gap down to 0.3. Maybe not close enough to go for the move before turn 1. Will be piling that pressure on Mulsanne. He's all over the back of him really. For a different line in. Looking to carry the speed out here, Dylan. Gap still at 0.4 then. .4 seconds. Mulsanne kicking up the dirt through there. Down to 0.3, closes up a little bit into this hairpin. Oh, back, let's go again for Dylan. Now, can he get him on the run to the chicane this time? Might just swap positions though if they keep going like this, just getting the slipstream, dragging each other round to these next corners. Different tyre strategies here. Mulsanne on the soft, Dylan on the mediums. Carrying great speed. Not close enough, I don't think, is he? I don't think he's going to get Mulsanne before the chicane. Stays right there with him on the exit. Closes up, in fact. Him out around the bank turn. Is he just going to allow him to hit the straight and use the toe to sling past him? Now's the time. No, No, just working with Mulsanne to keep opening up the gap between these two and everybody else behind. When he's got Mulsanne on his own. Oh, Mulsanne tried to come over to the racing line. Dylan was already there. Side by side for these two. Oh, Dylan's on the dirty bit of the track. Picks up those marbles. Loses that time then to Mulsanne. He's got to try all again. Obi-Wan in third then. Having a little race of his own at the minute. 2.6 seconds in front of those two. Nice Chand another 2.4 seconds behind him. Pilgrim holding fifth. Skippy sixth. Tyre Slayer 7th. Campo back in 8th. Oh, Mocking Weeks has had another mare. Where's Mocking Weeks? Nick Vick in 9th. Captain Pugwash in 10th. Ricky J in 11th. Mocking Weeks in 12th. You've been in the pits, Mocking Weeks. Got rid of those tyres, stuck the softs on. Dazzler also leaving the pits. The medium, soft tyres on for him as well then. Mulsanne keeping the lead. Dylan loses a bit of time to Mulsanne, 0.6 of a second behind him at the minute. Oh, Mulsanne! Oh, Mulsanne, the swap coming into the chicane that's caught him right out. The semi-worn soft tyres. Can he get himself back on track without causing absolute chaos? Yes, he can. What a shame, what a shame. He just managed to pull enough time ahead of Dylan to keep himself safe. And that little kink on the way in is absolutely sent him. 4th place for him as he rejoins the track. It just opens up the gap then. Dylan, 2.3 seconds behind him to Obi-Wan. Chand as well gets promoted to 3rd. Mulsanne in 4th. Pilgrim in 5th. NSX been looking pretty quick. Skippy in 5th. Tyre Slayer in Skippy in 6th. Tyre Slayer 7th. Campo in 8th. Nick Vick in 9th. Captain Pugwash in 10th. Ricky J 11th. Mocking Weeks 12th. Dazzler in 13th then. Just come out of the pits, Mocking Weeks and Dazzler. Everybody else has stayed out so far. Plenty of life left in Dylan's tyres. 2.3 second lead over Obi-Wan. Also on that medium tyre. Nice Chan's gone for the softs in 3rd place. Pilgrim's 4th. Mulsanne's lost another position here. Pilgrim's got past him. I think those softs... Oh, he's run himself off track. Worn soft are catching him out a little bit here. Skippy's closing up. Tyre Slayer's closing up. Oof, close between Skippy and Tyre Slayer there as well. A little bit slow through there. Campo comes through the chicane with plenty of speed right on the back end of Tyre Slayer. Get the move done before the turn 1. No, just helping out Tyre Slayer. Close the pair of them back up towards Skippy. Obi-Wan. Skippy enters the pits. Obi-Wan also in the pits. Tyre Slayer in the pits. So Dylan out front still. 4.4 seconds. Nice Chand in 2nd then. Pilgrim 3rd. Top 3 not stop. Skippy 4th. Campo 5th. Mulsanne in 6th. Nick Vick 7th. Captain Pugwash in 8th. No, he's not. Obi's managed to get out of the pits in front of him. Obi comes out in 8th. Then Captain Pugwash in 9th. Tyre Slayer just exiting the pits. Ricky J, that's Mocking Weeks, just gets past him. Tyre Slayer now on a fresh set of soft tyres. There is Ricky J in 12th, Dazzler in 13th. Now on that soft tyre. Dylan opening that time up again. 5 seconds now between himself and Ice Chand. Soft's not working quite so well now for Ice Chand, half worn. Dylan's medium still with plenty of grip. He's quite happy rolling around on those for the next few laps. Pilgrim then also not stopped. His tyres looking reasonably worn as well in third. Skippy's medium's looking good in fourth. Campo's medium's looking good in fifth. Mulsanne's softs still allowing him to get involved in the fight. Campo and Mulsanne, a little bit side-by-side action through there as they're coming into the pits. Both drivers should have got in cleanly. Nick Vick has managed to get himself a penalty, but loses that there. Just as he comes in the pits, Obi back out the pits then, fresh set of softs for him. Captain Pugwash into the pits this lap as well. Mocky Weeks had a set of softs on for a few laps now. So does he, no, I was going to say, does he stay fourth? No, he doesn't. He's just dropped to fifth. Is that Dylan that's come in the pits? I think it is. It is. He's dropped those mediums off. He's got the softs on now. 15 minutes left. 14 minutes left of this race. Pilgrim not stopped. Ice Chand not stopped. 3 seconds up the road for them at the minute for Ice Chand. Softs on for both first and second at the minute. Big gaps behind both of these two. 18.9 seconds back to Dylan. What's pit time? What are we looking at? 20 seconds-ish, 22 seconds. Not quite. Chand might be able to get out and back it, get in and back out. Maybe. Not stop this lap. Loses a bit of time to Pilgrim then. Oh, he regains that time on the exit of turn 1. Dylan will be pressing now. A fresh set of softs on. Being chased by Obi with a reasonably fresh set, maybe a lap or two older than Dylan's. Able to bring the fight to him at the minute. Mocking Weeks a long way down at the minute, 6.3 seconds. Tyre Slayer in 6, 1.7 seconds behind Mocking. Footer, far too late to join the race, my friend, unfortunately. Skippy in 7th, the man from down under. Son in 8th after he comes back out the pits. A fresh set of mediums on. Campo's got a fresh set of softs on. Ricky J is still on the mediums. Dazzler has got the softs on as well. He's already stopped. Nick Vick stops. He's got a fresh set of softs on. And Captain Pugwash comes out the pits with a fresh set of mediums on. So it's just a couple of drivers not stopped. 18 minutes into race 2 here then. Ice Chand continues to lead, 3.3 seconds over Pilgrim. So I think Ice Chand's going to come out somewhere either right in the middle of Dylan and Obi or just behind him, I think. Still doesn't stop. Stays out, quite happy on the softs at the minute. Pilgrim drops himself in the pits this lap though. Dylan's found himself with a 1 second penalty. That he won't be happy about that at all. He's carried far too much speed through the chicane, running himself across the grass. Look how much speed Obi carried past him. Obi into 2nd then, Dylan 3rd, Mocky Weeks into 4th, Tyre Slayer 5th. Skippy in 6th, Pilgrim just gets released out of the pits now. Where's he going to rejoin? 4th, no. Does he? Can he? Who's going to get that one? Mocking Weeks or Pilgrim? Mocking Weeks just carries a little bit more speed out of there. Mocking Weeks holds that fourth, but his tyres are a little bit worn. Fresh set of mediums on board for Pilgrim. Could be on here between these two. Right, what are you going to do then, Ice Chan? 20.5 seconds ahead of Obi and Dylan. I think pit time's about 22 seconds. 20 minutes on the race clock. 10 minutes to go then. When does Ice Chan stop? Does he run the softs all the way and then just stick the mediums on for the last couple? Oh, he comes in this lap then. Obi and Dylan side by side. Little nose of the Supra just falls back a little bit. There's a bump up between these two. Still trying to run around the outside here, Dylan. Oh, he's clipped the wall. He's clipped the wall. That's a great big pile of damage on there for Dylan. Front left wheel damage, bumper damage. He's just dropped a penalty as well. What a kick in the teeth for Dylan. He's comfortably in second though. Mocking Weeks is far enough behind him that he should be able to hold on to that even with that damage. Ah, what a shame. Chasing down Obi. The car will repair itself at any second. There you go. Now he can get himself back into the race, or try and get himself closing back up to Obi-Wan. But he's now 1.7 seconds behind race leader. He's going to really have to push here then. Different amount of wear on the tyres here. So Obi's slightly worn. He's had his softs on for a couple more laps than Dylan. But that gap already falling from 1.7 down to 1.4. Dylan pressing it then. Mocking Weeks in third, but 5.7 seconds back. Pilgrim another 1.5 seconds behind him. Ice Chan 1.3 behind him, being hunted by Tyre Slayer. Coming down towards the chicane. Tyre Slayer all over the back of him. Could have gone for the move through there. Backs off. Going to wait for the next long straight, I think. Skippy in 7th. Campo in 8th. Son in 9th, Dazzler in 10th, Nick Vick in 11th, Captain Pugwash in 12th, Ricky J in 13th. So Ricky J, fresh set of softs on, but he's ended up at the back of the pack because of it. Obi then leads Dylan. Previous lap was literally bumper to bumper with him coming into this turn 1, but just clipped the wall on the way through. Pushed him back a little bit, but he's trying to close that gap back down to 1.1 seconds. These soft tyres are going to be glad this race is over with how hard he's pushing. 7 minutes left. What can Dylan do here then? Mocking Weeks still 5.9 seconds behind those two. Keeping himself safe from Pilgrim. That gap's at 2.1 seconds. Tyre Slayer gets his way past Ice Chan then. Into 5th with him. Ice Chan in 6th. Again, not stopped. Oh, sorry, he has stopped now, Ice Chan. Yeah, he did stop, didn't he? Put the mediums on, but must be costing him a little bit of time. He's just struggling with grip as well in a couple of these corners. Skippy on a semi-worn set of softs as well. Might be able to close that gap up on him. A little way back, as it is Mulsanne, as is Dazzler, as is Nick. Oh, Nick finds himself with half a second penalty. Captain Pugwash in 12th. Ricky J 13th. And look at this, Dylan. Gap down to 0.3 of a second. The race is back on here, folks. Well within tow range. Look at how much speed he's now carrying up to the back end of Obi. taking him 2 laps then. Big dink into the wall just there, pushed him out wide. Look at this, all over the back of Obi, nowhere for him to go. Almost had to run on the grass there. Obi's gone deep. Dylan carries great speed on the exit of that one. Looking to run round the outside of him through this left-hand kink down towards the next hairpin. Oh, he's running a little bit too deep. Can he get the brakes on? Oh, you lucky boy, Dylan. Still 0.5 of a second between these two. Oof. 5 minutes left. Great racing in race 1. Gaps opened up in race 2. The tyre strategies played a big part. There has been incidents and accidents. Cost a couple of drivers a couple of positions here. Dylan bringing that time back down to Obi. Obi currently leading. Gap back down to 0.3 of a second. Big, long straight, big toe here for Dylan as well. See how quickly he closes up on Obi. It's where he saw him go for the move. Carrying good speed again. Is it enough this time for Dylan? Obi backs off, gives Dylan the position. Now then, what can Obi do? Can he bring it back to him? 3.5 minutes left. Dylan then leads the race. Obi in second. Mockin in third. Losing time to those two. Pilgrim falls back a little bit himself in fourth. Tyre Slayer fifth. Nice Chance sixth. Running a little bit slow with those medium tyres. Skippy's closed that gap up on him as well. Campo in 8th, Mulsanne in 9th, Dazzler 10th, Nick Vick in 11th, Captain Pugwash all over the back of him in 12th. So Nick Vick on the soft tyres, Captain Pugwash on a fresh set of mediums. And Ricky J, 10, nearly 11 seconds down then in 13th. Oh no, no, Obi's made a little mistake somewhere. The gap has opened right up. 2.5 seconds, what has happened? It's opening up massively. 2.8 seconds. I thought Obi was going to be all over the back of Dylan, running up to the line pretty much, but Dylan has just found his legs. Now he's got himself in front. 2.9 seconds back to Obi then. Coming into turn 1. Through there cleanly for Dylan. Through there cleanly for Obi. Oh, he's pushing it a little bit wide through there. Weeks has also brought that time down between himself and Obi. It's down to 4.1 seconds. A little bit too late for Mocking Weeks to make anything of that without another mistake from Obi. Unless Obi's gone for a bit of fuel saving, has he? His fuel tank is flashing. Dylan's isn't, nor is Mocking Weeks. Yeah, he's short shifting Obi. He's going to run out of fuel here. Mocking Weeks might be able to get this position off him. Gap at 3.5 seconds and falling. Mocking Weeks can give it full beans. He's not got to worry about fuel. Still a big gap to close down. We've got about a lap left. Gap opens up massively up front, then 6 seconds for Dylan. He's also able to just keep his foot on the power. He's not going to short shift or anything. Obi in second. Gap coming down rapidly though, 2 seconds back to Mocking Weeks. Obi, what have you got left? 30 seconds. Well, you're certainly going to see another lap here. Whether you see the finish line with the amount of fuel you've got on, I don't know. Mocking Weeks is definitely going to get this position off him. It's less than a second. Nothing Obi can do then if he's got a short shift. Mocking Weeks fuel light is just turning on this final lap. Look at this, just making it look easy then. Nothing that Obi-Wan can do. Again, he might be out of fuel before the end of this race. Obi's just going to slot himself in behind. What's his fuel situation looking like? Not bad, but I don't think he's going to see. Will not even make it to the chicane. It's now or never for him, but he's got 4.9 seconds back to Ice Chand. Drops down another chunk. Obi-Wan, is he going to go pootling around this last bank turn? He wouldn't have been able to keep the power down all the way through there. He would have lost all fuel and he would have just been swamped. So the short shifting might have just saved his life. He's got a tiny little blim of fuel left in that car. Dylan's coming up towards the line though. He does take the win in race 2. Took the win in race 1 as well. Mocking Weeks coming through to take 2nd. Obi-Wan does come up to the line. He does take 3rd. Just about with that fuel. Ice Chand coming home in 4th. Pilgrim 5th. Tyre Slayer 6th. Skippy in 7th. Ooh, he's being hunted. Does take 7th, Mulsanne 8th, Campo 9th, the trio crossing the line. Dazzler, I think Dazzler was out of fuel. Unless he'd already crossed the line, but he was running slow. Let's have a look at those official results then. Dylan on that top spot again. 2 wins for him tonight then. So Dylan taking the win, Mocking Week 2nd, Obi in 3rd, Ice Chand in 4th, Pilgrim 5th, Tyre Slayer 6th, Skippy in 7th, Mulsanne in 8th. Campo 9th, DMK Dazzler in 10th, Nick Vick in 11th, Captain Pugwash in 12th, Ricky J in 13th. There we go. Round 4 done and dusted. Yeah, real tight racing in race 1. It was looking good in race 2 as well. Again, a couple of little incidents and accidents happened and drivers got sent and chaos and mayhem and stuff like that. But yeah, there we go. Round 4 done and dusted. That's pretty much it from me tonight. I am back again tomorrow night at 8:30 with the DMK 10 sim racing crew, and that is for the old historic Formula 1. So that's 8:30. Back on Thursday night as well for the next round of the Alpha 155s. That was postponed over the Easter break for the Thingamajigs Racing Channel. Loving my thumbnails. Thank you very much, mate. I don't make them, by the way. I don't make them. Pilgrim makes them. I just get sent the CFAX looking things. And if you're too young to know what CFAX is, you missed out on life, alright? Because we did everything before digitalness via CFAX. Book your holidays on Channel 4. But yeah, there it is, done and dusted. Again, so back tomorrow night at 8:30 for the historic Formula 1s with the DMK 10 boys. Back on Thursday night at 9 o'clock for the Alpha 155s. Next round of that, I forget whether it's round 4. It's probably round... Is it going to be round 4 because we're a week behind? I forget. And then same time, same place next Sunday for round 5 of this. That's what we've got coming up. GTTCC is starting the Gran Turismo Touring Car Championships, for anyone not familiar with that. That will be starting on June the 6th. If you want to get yourself involved in that one, that is over there on Facebook, Mature Racing Club. Go find that. Go find a link, sign up. If you want to get yourselves involved in this one, it's P1 Race Community. Or all the alphas on Thursday. Go and check those out. Again, get yourself on Facebook. Find P1 Race Community, click the links, sign yourself up, get some racing going. And the same for the DMK 10 boys as well on Monday nights, all on Facebook. Go sign yourselves up, get involved. But yeah, that's going to be it for me tonight, people. I hope you like what you've watched. If you have, make sure you click that. Hold on, where am I? Like button. No, like button. It's over there. Yeah. And the comments and the stuff and the things, and share it out, sod it. But most of all, what I want you to do is tell your mates and tell your mums. My name's Dark Smoker. I'm out of here.